I want to talk for a moment to those of you who are out of work. Can I have your attention, please? Those of you that have been fired, those of you who have been laid off, those of you who, not just recently either, but maybe in the past 6 months or so, but particularly to those of you laid off in the past couple of 3 months. I want to speak brazenly, honestly with you, extremely openly with you. As you know, I'm an optimist, and I have a philosophy that guides me most of the time. Even I, strong and committed, a rock, a spine of steel, even sometimes I slip, and the negative outweighs the positive. I catch myself. One of my operating philosophies and theories is that no matter how bad something is, there's always good to be found in it. There's always something good to be found in bad. And it's hard to look for the good because a lot of people want to wallow in the bad. Wallow in the bad, oh, woe is me. It's natural. It's human nature. The first thing that I think those of you who are out of work, and there are two kinds of people that are out of work, those who want to start working soon and those who are content to live on extended unemployment benefits. I'm primarily speaking to those of you who want to go back to work. There's a reason that you have been fired, and it may not be all that apparent to you. But the private sector is made up of, especially the winners in the private sector, made up of very smart people. By definition, they have to be. There's some luck, naturally, but outfits, companies, organizations that have enjoyed a long lifespan and have had success over most of their lifespan, at some point, luck is simply where preparation meets opportunity. There's a lot of skill and there's a lot of smarts involved. If smart people are thus paring their payrolls and their workforces and laying people off, then there's something they fear, something that they think they know, and this is leading them to hedge their bets. If you've been fired recently by a company like this, you are the bet. They're smart people, and they're watching television, and they're watching what's happening in the markets, and they're listening to what the incoming administration is saying about its plan. And it doesn't inspire confidence. And we can see that it's not inspiring confidence by looking at the indicators in the private sector where confidence is inspired. There's not too many people operating with confidence, or the stock market's not operating in confidence today. Individual businesses, for the most part, are not. There's some that are, by the way. I mean, even in the worst downturn, there are certain sectors of the business community that have great performances. But even they are a little bit tenuous on somewhat shaky ground because the whole foundation on which everything is built is a little teetering right now. And the announced plans to fix all this are not the kinds of plans that inspire confidence in successful businesses. Successful businesses overcome the odds placed in front of them by government. Failing businesses are those who are looking for help from government to keep them going. Now, what is the good thing here? What is the positive opportunity? If you have been fired, well, the statistics would say, and of course you can do anything with statistics you want, but the statistics would say that most people fired have been fired from jobs they're not really crazy about. Some of them fired have lost jobs they really loved. But on average, you'd have to say that a significant number of people who have been laid off or fired really did not get laid off or fired from a job that they love. That's the opportunity that you have. You now have, out of necessity, the mother of invention. I mean, you go cliche all we want. Necessity is the mother of invention. Fear is a great motivator. But regardless, you now have an opportunity to choose what you want to do, depending on the urgency that you feel to get back to work. In some people's cases, it's going to take a couple jobs, if you choose to go back to work, to make up what you lost if you were laid off or fired. But there are plenty of opportunities out there, and those opportunities are only going to increase over time because, again, statistically, the odds are that this down cycle will come back, despite what government does. Here is the question. Okay, we're going to have an infrastructure plan. I think Ted Stevens ought to apply for a pardon right now, just based on what the AP reported on Saturday afternoon. Hey, you need an advisor on these bridges to nowhere, and I'm an expert. At any rate, infrastructure jobs, 3.5 million, 4 million. Could somebody explain to me how long one of those jobs lasts? Could somebody explain to me, if you want a career, say, in infrastructure, where do you go? Well, you might go to college and become a civil engineer. But if you're going to wear the hard hat, and where do you go? You go to a construction company that's going to sign on and off now and then to infrastructure gigs. Do you go out and join a union? Is that what you want? Do you want a career in infrastructure gigs? So how long are these jobs going to last? You could probably put people to work, 6 million people to work tomorrow for a couple days. Send them up and down the highways picking up trash. Pay them whatever the minimum wage is and say, I just created 6 million jobs. 2 days later, you fire them because trash is picked up, but then you're back to where you started. So my point here is, job to job, a career is a different thing. And a career has goals, objectives, short and long term. A career, somebody has a career vision, more than likely has a passion for what they love to do and know what it is. So that's, to me, wherein the opportunity lies. I mean, it's sad that people are out of work, and it's sad they're being laid off, but it's also very sad that some of these layoffs are happening as a preventive measure, not yet necessary because of the economic downturn. These are just smart people hedging the bets, and you're the bet. They're betting taxes are going to go up. They're betting it's going to cost more to have health care for employees. They're betting it's going to have more cost to give Medicare, and so whatever it is. And so none of these businesses are bottomless pits of money. So they're getting ready for the additional costs of doing business. And the most expensive cost of doing business is labor. It's the fastest way to bring the budget in line is getting rid of people. Faster than getting rid of printers, faster than getting rid of paper clips, faster than getting rid of the coffee machine or charging for lunch in a cafeteria or what have you. So you have an opportunity here. May not like it, may wish it hadn't happened to you, but while you're out of work anyway, and those of you who remember to whom I'm addressing, you want to go back to work, figure out what it is you really love. Figure out what it is you really want to do. And then look into how to do it and get it done. Now, it may seem like, Rush is so hard. I know it is. But everything starts with the first step. I don't care who somebody was before they were somebody or something. It started with the first step. And if it's something you love, it won't really be like a job. Won't really be like a career. And you may not know what it is yet. That, again, is part of the opportunity. You have the chance to choose. But, Rush, I need to work immediately. I know. So start thinking fast. Start thinking fast and start acting fast. But what if there are any opportunities? You don't know till you try. You have no idea. Remember, 80% is showing up. You'd be amazed. We had the guy call here from Tennessee on Friday. He didn't even have an opening. Some woman walked in, desperately wanted to work there, just sold this guy on how much she loved the blue jean business, and he created a job for her. I will guarantee you, employers want passion, excitement, energy. Don't go in there and the first thing, okay, what's the sick day schedule? How many vacations? Don't ask that stuff at the outset. Make them have to tell you, in fact.